Have you ever wondered, all the great inventions, the technologies that have changed the world, could they be just the result of human intellect? Or is there something miraculous behind every step forward, an invisible force guiding us along the way? Surely you've heard of renowned names like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, or Marie Curie, individuals who made history and changed the world with their extraordinary intelligence and talents. But did you know that their discoveries were not just the fruits of human effort? It was God, a divine force, who inspired and guided them to new horizons, where science and faith converge. Today, we will explore untold stories, phenomena that cannot be explained by mere theory, and understand that behind every great leap forward is God's intervention and love. Are you ready? For the miracles, the wonders, are the rewards for those who place their trust in God. Let's embark on this journey together and experience the divine things that we may have never known before. This story begins with the discovery of an invisible yet powerful and eternal force that no one can deny: faith in God. In modern life, when technology and development have reached spectacular heights, many forget that all these successes are not products of luck or nature, but the result of a long and difficult journey, especially guided by faith. You can see successful people as bright stars in the sky, but not everyone knows that to reach those positions, they had to overcome countless failures, challenges, and suffering. They never walk alone, but always have God by their side, guiding and giving them strength to rise up after every fall. Faith in God is not just pure belief, but an endless source of strength, helping them to continuously rise, overcome all limits of themselves, face immense challenges, and never give up. God, in His love and providence, gives us a priceless gift: faith. This faith is the resilient warrior, always ready to fight, never retreating before any challenge. It is a strong shield, a brilliant diamond that we need to discover and understand deeply. When we place our absolute trust in God, when our hearts open to receive His love and illumination, this strength will guide us through difficulties, help us reach noble goals, and shine on the path we choose. No success comes from arrogance. All success stems from humility and trust in God. Like brave warriors in battle, we too need a leader to guide us, and that leader is God. He is not only the one who leads us, but also the source of encouragement and infinite strength that helps us continue on our difficult journey. And when we stand firm, not just for ourselves, but for the love of God for humanity, we will see that we can do anything, for with God, nothing is impossible. Thus, when each of us walks in faith, we will realize that we are not just ordinary people, but strong warriors under God's protection, ready to change the world, to light up the flames of hope and endless light for those who need it. And that is the great strength that God has bestowed upon all of us. As you walk the path of science and technology, you will clearly see that great successes do not only come from human intellect and talent, but also from faith in God. The inventions that have changed the world, the great works you see today, could not have been achieved without God's guidance and support. For it is He who has given humanity the ability to create and the immeasurable strength to do so. Think about the scientists and engineers who have transformed the globe through the combination of intellect and faith. A clear example is Isaac Newton, one of the greatest physicists and mathematicians in the history of humankind. Newton was not only famous for his theory of gravity and his work in mathematics, but also had a strong faith in God. He once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Newton believed that his inventions and discoveries were not only the result of human intellect, but also part of a great plan that God had set in motion. He believed that every theorem and every discovery in physics and mathematics was part of a truth that God wanted humankind to understand. Nikola Tesla, the inventor of alternating current and many other technologies, is another example of the combination of faith and science. Tesla once said that his inventions came from a spiritual vision, and a sense that he was being guided by a divine force. Although Tesla did not explicitly speak of faith in God according to any particular religion, his humility and respect for the wonders of the universe could be seen as an understanding that his technology was only a part of the grand plan God had set for humankind. The alternating current, one of his world-changing inventions, helped humanity access cleaner and more efficient energy, becoming Tesla's great legacy. It was his faith in God's creativity that guided him through difficult years to bring forth these innovations. Another example is Marie Curie, the first scientist to win 2 Nobel Prizes in 2 different fields, physics and chemistry. Marie Curie had a firm belief in justice and science, but she also showed humility before the vast universe that God had created. Although she did not profess faith in any specific religion, her love for the truth and justice she found in science could be seen as a form of faith in a divine order within the universe. Her discoveries not only changed science, but also brought immense benefits to humanity, from medicine to nuclear technology, offering new hope to many. In the field of technology, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple and one of the key figures in the personal computer revolution, is also a prime example of the fusion of faith and technology. While Jobs was not overtly public about his religious beliefs, he always had a strong faith in something greater than himself, a power that guided his life. It was through this combination of faith and boundless creativity that Jobs created products like the iPhone and iPad, changing how people communicate and work, and profoundly impacting the global economy. Another remarkable story is that of George Washington Carver, an American scientist who made groundbreaking discoveries in agriculture and created over 300 products from peanuts. Carver had a deep faith in God and often sought his guidance in his work. Carver once said, "When I work, I always pray and ask God to show me what He wants me to do." His faith in God helped him discover amazing applications from simple ingredients like peanuts and sweet potatoes, benefiting agriculture and communities. You cannot overlook Albert Einstein, the inventor of the theory of relativity, which changed the way humanity understands space and time. Though Einstein was a rational person and did not adhere to any specific religion, he had a profound belief in a force, which many believe is his way of referring to God. Einstein once said, "We cannot explain everything through theory, because there is a part of the world that reason cannot understand, and that is where God stands." His faith in the magnificent creation of the universe drove him to continuously explore, bringing great discoveries to humanity. From great scientists like Newton, Tesla, Curie, Jobs, and Carver to Einstein, all shared one common point. They believed in the wonder of the universe and the invisible power that God has bestowed upon humanity. It was their faith in a higher creativity that led them to discoveries and inventions that changed the world. Their works are not only the products of human intellect, but also a testament to God's influence in every step of humanity's journey. And every time you use modern technology, you should remember that it all originates from God's creativity, and it is He who has given you the strength to change the world. You will not waste time when you listen with what is real, not with the ears of man, but with the heart of one who has sensed the holiness of God. Let yourself feel that invisible power, understanding that every event, every phenomenon in this world has the intervention and guidance from God. Remember a moment in history when science and faith met in the most miraculous way. Albert Einstein, with his great theory of relativity, uncovered secrets that only God knew before. Have you ever felt that when God created this universe, He left traces for humanity to find, like a silent conversation between man and the universe? Einstein, who discovered the theory of time and space, could not help but feel the presence of a supreme intelligence, a powerful God behind every phenomenon he studied. In that moment, he realized that it was not just dry equations and theories, but the wisdom of God that created this world. and mankind is just a child learning to understand it. So have you ever wondered, how could these miracles happen without God's intervention? Look at Nikola Tesla, who invented alternating current, a technology that changed the world forever. Tesla was not just a scientist. He was a person guided by a deep belief in the presence of an invisible power. He once said that when he invented, it was as if God had given him a vision from another dimension. The phenomena he saw in his mind, the breakthrough images and ideas, were truly like signs God had sent to him. No one can deny that the technology Tesla created changed the entire planet, from providing energy to the world to connecting people together. But above all, it was the magnificent creativity that God had gifted him, a gift that is incomprehensible to human intellect. God did not only create the universe, He also created opportunities for man to step into the world of understanding and exploration. Like Marie Curie, the great woman who not only changed the world of medicine, but also made us humble before His greatness. Curie, with her passion and dedication, did not just discover radium and polonium. She proved that the power and intellect of mankind are limitless when combined with faith in God. In fact, she did not just observe physical phenomena. She felt God's presence in every step she took. What people call theory, to her, was a manifestation of the miracles God bestowed upon humanity to illuminate secrets never before known. Do you see these phenomena as a reminder from God? These inventions, these discoveries, cannot be mere coincidences, nor can they just be the result of experiments. They are signs, miracles that God has placed in the hands of those with faith, like a divine gift that only those with pure hearts can recognize and use to change the world. And you, do you realize that each time you discover something new, each time you apply modern technology, you are standing before a miracle that God has planted long before? Do you see those creators? They are not just talented people, but they are those chosen by God, illuminated by Him to walk the path of greatness, to do things the world has never thought of. Look at Steve Jobs, who created Apple, not just to bring technology products, but to change the way the world thinks, connects, and lives. Jobs was not just a technology genius. He was a man with faith in the perfection, the greatness of God. When he created the iPhone, it was not just a simple creation. You could feel that it was a combination of technology and God, a delicate connection between dreams and reality, a divine creativity. Jobs believed that the products he created were not only to serve mankind, but also for a higher purpose, to connect people with each other, to make this world a better place, closer to God. So do you feel the invisible power from God? Do you understand that all these great inventions are not just the result of human intellect, but also part of the magnificent plan that God has laid out from the very beginning? God has given these people supernatural strength so they could open the door to discoveries never before known, and through that, change the whole world. This is the truth. Every step in science, every invention in technology, is a miracle that God has allowed humanity to discover. God has granted them the ability to understand, so they can not only explore the outer universe, but also discover the inner universe, where God is always present, guiding and loving. Through these great stories, we see that behind every invention, every success, it is not only human intellect, but also the divine guidance from God. These miracles and wonders are proof of the invisible power He bestows upon those who have faith. Always remember, in every step you take, you are never alone. God is always with you, guiding your way, giving you strength to change the world. Thank you for joining me, and let God be the source of inspiration for you to reach for greatness. If you find the video interesting and meaningful, please leave a comment below and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Wishing you joy, and may God always be with you on your journey to success. Why are there poor people and rich people? Why is there such a clear division in life? Surely you've wondered why your life is not like others? Why do the people around you, even though they don't try as hard as you, seem to achieve everything they want, while you continue to struggle and fight daily with seemingly insurmountable challenges? There are some questions that we may never find answers to in our lifetime. But one thing that few people realize is that the challenges and hardships you are facing are not signs of failure. They are God's way of preparing you to make you stronger, to help you understand that true wealth is not what the eyes can see or the ears can hear. It is the peace in your soul and unconditional love. So why is there a difference between the poor and the rich? Is it random, or is there a divine plan behind it? Let's explore together to understand that every challenge, every turning point in life has its own reason. And only when you dare to face it and trust in God's guidance can you clearly see the path ahead. This is not just a story about poverty or wealth, but a story about faith, about the lessons we must learn to walk through life with resilience. Let's explore it together, and I believe you will see that, whether poor or rich, each of us has an important role in the miraculous plan that God has designed for humanity. So, are you ready? Follow this story, because it will not only change the way you view life, but will also help you realize that everything, whether challenges or joys, is a blessing that God has prepared for us. Rich people and poor people are like two different puzzle pieces in this vast universe. They have different perspectives, actions, and thoughts, but all are governed by an inevitable destiny. God has chosen those with faith, those who carry within them the holy bloodline and the invisible light of understanding that not everyone can see. It is God who arranges everything, and the challenges you face, whether poverty or hardship, are not random. You may feel tired, sometimes desperate, when you look at this world and compare yourself to the wealthy, those who seem to be blessed with all the good things. But remember one important thing: God never abandons anyone, whether poor or rich. His arrangements always have a reason, even if you cannot see it yet. God has set aside a unique path for you, a journey full of challenges, but also full of blessings. So trust and be patient. Act with firm faith. No matter how the storms come, no matter how winding the road of life may be, never give up. Love everyone, regardless of how they perceive you, for it is through actions from a pure heart that the door to blessings opens. Live with honesty and humility, for God only blesses those who live worthy of His love. And when you follow these principles, you will realize a miraculous truth. God's gifts are not always what you desire immediately. But in the moment you least expect, He will gift you with dreams come true blessings you never dared to think about, incredible opportunities you never dared to imagine. God will open the door to prosperity, love, and happiness that you cannot even fathom. Because in God's eyes, there is no distinction between the rich and the poor, only honest souls, strong faith, and unconditional love. When you live true to your authentic self, when you live according to God's guidance, the entire universe will bow to you so that you may receive all the wonderful things He has already prepared for you. Do not worry, for God is watching your every step, and when the time comes, you will clearly see that today's challenges are merely stepping stones leading to glory. Let God's faith and love guide you, for He is the source of all miracles in this life. Imagine a moment when you stand before the door of life, just you and God. You can feel His presence, an invisible yet incredibly powerful light shining upon you, as if He is guiding your way, even though this path may be rough and full of challenges. But it is precisely in these difficult moments that you will understand that every drop of sweat, every painful moment, brings you one step closer to the blessings He has planned for you. God is not a being you can ask of casually. He only bestows blessings upon resilient souls, hearts that never stop hoping, people who dare to live with unconditional faith. Do not think that you will immediately receive precious gifts, for His grace does not come overnight. But be patient and trust that today's trials are the refining process, the key that will unlock treasures you never dared to dream of. And then, there will come a day when you no longer worry, no longer fear the future, and you will realize that your waiting was the greatest gift of all. The door to prosperity will open, love will come, and you will be surrounded by God's divine light, as a part of this universe, like a shining star in the sky full of hope. But you know what? Your story, the one you are living, will not just be your own. It will be a testimony of the miracles that God has created. And when you share this story, when you let those around you know about your journey of faith, you will see other souls finding the light. They will step into this journey with faith, with hope that if you can do it, they can too. Comment below this video where we can all share miraculous stories, profound advice on faith, and God's guidance. Your story is the one that we all need to hear, for it is not just a story of hardship, but a story of triumph, of the gifts that God is waiting to bestow upon you. When you are part of this community, you are not just a recipient of blessings, but you are an inspiration to those who are seeking the truth in faith. Let every moment in your life become a sacred melody, resonating throughout the universe, carrying the message of patience, love, and boundless faith. For when you follow God's call, you will realize that nothing is impossible. Why are there poor people and rich people? This question has often caused many people to feel confused and troubled when they look at the injustices in this world. But if you stop for a moment and reflect more deeply, you will see that all of this has a reason, and it is God who arranges everything, with each person having their own unique journey. Wealth or poverty is not just the result of personal effort, but also a challenge that God sets for each soul to help them understand more about the purpose of life and faith. Have you ever wondered, why does one person live in poverty all their life, while another is born into luxury? Surely there will be times when you feel it's unfair, when you see those around you living in wonderful conditions, easily achieving everything they want. You might feel forgotten, standing behind closed doors, while others step into the spotlight of success. But stop and reflect on this. God never abandons anyone. He simply allows each person to live a different life because He knows that every soul has a unique mission. The poor are not losers. They are those being refined, undergoing challenges that God wants them to overcome. The hardships you face are not signs of failure, but the first step on the path to maturity and the strength you need. The poor, in the darkest moments of life, are often the ones with the deepest faith. They may have no money, but they have faith in God, and that faith helps them overcome the greatest storms of life. They know that true wealth is not material riches, but peace in the soul and unconditional love from God. In their most desperate moments, they ask for nothing but His guidance and grace. So why are there rich people who have everything they want, yet still feel empty inside? They have wealth, they have fame, but perhaps they lack faith. They live in a world that is full materially, but empty spiritually. God continuously challenges them, not to make them suffer, but to help them realize that true wealth must come from love, from humility, and from giving to others. The challenges in this life are not punishments, but opportunities for them to recognize the true values of life. The story of the poor and the rich is not a story of success or failure, but a story of how each person faces challenges and of their faith in God. When you face poverty, never think that you are being forgotten. It is precisely in moments like these that God is teaching you important lessons about patience, resilience, and integrity. The story of the poor and the rich is not a story of success or failure, but a story of how each person faces challenges and of their faith in God. When you face poverty, never think that you are being forgotten. It is precisely in moments like these that God is teaching you important lessons about patience, resilience, and integrity. Meanwhile, when you witness the wealth of others, do not envy them, but ask yourself, are they living in alignment with the purpose of their life? Do they understand that true wealth is not just riches, but how they use what they have to help others and illuminate God's light in this world? Meanwhile, when you witness the wealth of others, do not envy them, but ask yourself, are they living in alignment with the purpose of their life? Do they understand that true wealth is not just riches, but how they use what they have to help others and illuminate God's light in this world? And now, as you stand at the crossroads of life, remember that the challenges you are facing are not random. Every drop of sweat, every time you fall and rise again, is a step closer to the glory that God has prepared for you. Nothing in this life is meaningless. Every hardship, every adversity is a part of His divine plan to refine you, to help you realize the boundless strength you possess. Perhaps right now you feel tired. Perhaps you are standing on the edge of despair, but never give up. It is in these moments, when you feel like you have nothing left, that God's blessings are drawing near. Remember that true wealth is not material riches, but peace in the soul, steadfast faith, and unconditional love. God never abandons you. He is simply guiding you through challenges so you can recognize the true value of life, faith, and love. Do not look at what others have. Do not compare yourself to those around you. They may be rich in material things, but you are rich in spirit. And it is that spirit that will lead you to the wonderful gifts you never dared to imagine. Continue walking with unwavering faith. Trust that everything happens for a reason. And one day, when you look back, you will realize that every challenge, every drop of sweat has led you to a beautiful life, filled with the blessings that God has reserved just for you. So what will you do now? Will you give up and let life pass you by? Or will you keep fighting, keep trusting in God's guidance, and one day, you will be the one standing on the other side, looking back and thanking the struggles that helped you become a greater, stronger, and more deserving person of the blessings that God has already prepared for you? Keep moving forward, for God is leading the way. And when the time comes, you will receive wonderful gifts, things you never dared to dream of. Never give up. God is always with you. Leave your thoughts below this video. Share your story, and remember, your journey has just begun. Thank you for watching this video. This is also the message that God wants to send to you, the strongest and most wonderful things. Spread the goodness to this life and look forward to the next videos as soon as possible.